Various.
Welcome to The Basement. Yo, what up, everybody? Welcome to The Basement. I'm Lolo.
Jose, also known as Olaf, but I don't use it because of Snow White. Snow White, that's not even the right one.
It's Frozen.
Frozen.
But I see what you were thinking. All right. That's a good start.
It's good to be back, bro.
Yeah, it's been like a month almost.
It feels like forever. A lot of things going on. Personal life, business opportunities.
Yeah, just busy. Life has been killing us.
Trying to figure out how to actually make some money to pay for some of this stuff.
Yeah.
It's not free. It is not free at all.
Man, so, it's been a month, so.
Yeah, so we're back. Apologize for that, but life happens.
A lot of stuff has been going down.
A lot of stuff has been... It's almost hard to keep up with.
I can't even think back. Because so much happened in the past 24 hours. I can't even think past it. I don't even know what happened before this.
We had the elections. We had... pretty much the elections just happened.
Yeah, the election took over the world.
And I was listening to Ben Shapiro yesterday, and he was just saying, all right, now it's 20... what did he say? 2020 now.
Yeah, 2020
it's 2020
run.
run. Now everything is going to be the presidential 2020 run.
Yeah.
That's what's going to be the headline moving forward until we get sick of it again. Did it give you deja vu of the last elections, the midterms?
No.
Didn't, right?
No. This was a little bit different.
Yeah, because it didn't have Trump.
Yeah. But then again, this was like, everybody automatically was like, well, if you voted for a Republican, you might as well vote for Trump. That's why they painted the picture. If you vote Democrats because you vote against Trump.
Nothing really crazy happened.
Well, some things expected to happen happened. Let's see. In the Senate, the Republicans kept it as expected. Right, they expected that. No problem. In the House, the Democrats won as expected. So the Republicans lost the House. But interesting is that they won by a lot less than they expected to lose. They won by a lot less. Like, they barely won. They expected to pick up like 40 seats. They only picked up like 25. And everybody's like, whoa, what happened to your blue wave? You're supposed to like take over. And it was like nothing.
Did you see the thing on Reddit of the election? It was mainly red, but all the blue were all the heavy populated.
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah, it's always it's not really Democrat versus Republican.
If it was a zombie thing, and the zombies were red, if that was a map of like the spread of the zombie virus,
it would no. First of all, the zombies would be the blue because
that's where the most people are.
Yeah,
right. But because it's red, because we're in the reverse, it's almost like the virus spread from the middle of the country, and went out.
Why is that?
Because it's mostly red in the center, and then you have the little pockets.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Cali, you have New York. You got the little pockets over there. So it's like,
because the thing with America is this: if you live in a country, right, in the rural area of the country, you probably own land. You probably live in a farm. You probably live in a place where you need freedoms just to get by. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I live in an area where sometimes a wolf might pop up. I need to have my guns, right?
Did you see the Reddit with the guy? They titled it just a peaceful walk or something like that.
Oh, with the pig?
With the pig.
That's what I'm saying. Okay.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
So in the middle of the country, they're like, I need my guns to protect myself. I need my property rights to protect my land. In the city, we don't think about that crap. When we hear about guns in the city, all we hear is, there was a gang fight. Somebody got shot. To us, that's the only contact we have with weapons. Is that
right?
But in the country, they're like, nah, I use my guns for a bunch of stuff. The other day, there was a coyote eating my chickens. I had to shoot him and kill him. I need my guns. So that's the difference between so it's not really Democrat versus Republican, regardless of what people think, because what it really comes down to is what it really comes down to is city versus rural. It's always been that. People in the city think differently than people that are rural.
That's it.
And the way they think is always changing, right? Because before, But then again, before the Democrats were the racist ones. They are the ones that voted against the black people to vote. They were against that. They were against freeing the slaves. They were against that. They started the KKK. Now the Democrats are like the angels. But Lucifer was also an angel. Yes.
That's an interesting fact that you point out there,
Yeah.
sir.
So it's going to go back and forth and back and forth. Again, it comes down to city versus rural areas.
So you think Hillary will run again?
Hillary could barely walk, nigga. She passes out. Oh, there goes the thing right there. What does it say there? How to make sure nothing will ever get done again. He's right. They're going to be fighting back and forth. And that's why I vote Libertarian. Because of that right there. We got to break that bond.
Yeah, that's
That's
something that's the.
I had an argument with a guy on Reddit about that. He was like, "Oh, you think your vote matters because you're Libertarian?" I was like, "It's not. I know we're not going to win. We all know we're not going to win. It's about us having a voice." And then he's like, "Oh, well, you don't think you have a voice?" I was like, "There's a difference between having a voice and using the voice. I'm saying we need to use our voice." That's crazy. Look, there's 2 states that don't even allow us to vote.
Libertarians?
Yeah.
He said us. Yo, so I voted, right? And I was like, you know how Facebook has this, vote here, get information where you're supposed to go. I knew where I was supposed to go, right?
I had to come to Brooklyn.
Me too. The Army Yard. We're in the same place.
Nah, I went to there's a school on 44th Street I go to.
Oh.
Go to Court Street for Sunset. That's when I go to.
You mean Dewey?
No, it's not
Fourth
Dewey. I
Avenue?
don't know what it's called. It's at elementary school. It's right across the street for Sunset. You know where the pool's at? Sunset Pool?
Oh, my cousin teaches there. There's a lot of Asians there.
Yeah. I met up with your cousin. She was showing me what to do and everything.
You definitely didn't. Because you would have lost a part of your libertarianism.
What?
She makes signs, bro.
Oh, my God. It hurts.
That's what I was saying. No, you didn't, bro. You would be a different man today.
Oh, my God. We didn't even talk about that. She's an NPC. You know what the NPC is, right?
No. But I'm pretty sure she qualified.
All right, she probably does qualify. So what, the NPC, this is, oh man, we missed a little wave of memes. The NPC memes is, oh my God, they're so great. Wait, before I get into that, what were you going to say?
No, go ahead.
All right. So the NPC
I got a lot of stuff. Go ahead.
The NPC is non-player characters, right?
Non-player characters.
Those are in video games, right?
Non-player.
So basically, let's just imagine playing Grand Theft Auto and you're running around the street and there's mad people walking in the street. All
Those
those
are
people,
non-players.
Those are non-player characters. So some NPCs have a set of dialogue that you talk to them and they have that
Go to the hill. The hill. Something's in the hill.
Yeah. And then it doesn't matter what you ask them. They have the same responses.
The hill. You got to go to the hill. Did you see the hill?
Yeah.
Right.
So they've been used in the meme for everybody, but the liberals got angry. They were like, "We're not NPCs. We know what we're talking about." And you know the freaking meme culture.
Yeah.
You might as if you feed the trolls, they're gonna go after you. So the Trump people, when they were saying everybody with a manga hat, they're NPCs, they're saying the same thing over and over. The Trump people were like, "Ha ha, that's so funny," but the liberals were like, "No, that's not us. They're social justice warriors." And then they were like, "Really? They're reacting to the meme. Let's attack them more." And it just went off. They were just going off on them. And then they started calling all the people that make memes white supremacists. And it was so good. And they were like, "Look, it's actual NPCs reacting with the same dialogue that they always use."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? White supremacists. We expected this. Right? All right. There's a game that came out recently called Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yes.
All right, with the cowboy.
Mm-hmm.
There's a city area where you can go to where you go to a shop. After you rob people, whatever, kill people for their money, you go to the shop, you have money, you can buy items. In that area is the town square. There's a woman there yelling out, "Give me the right to vote. I want to vote." Right? This is before women had a chance to vote, right? Before suffrage, women's suffrage. And she's just yelling and constantly you can hear in the square. So there's a guy that walks up to her, one of the players walks up to her, is watching, listening to her, and then he punches her and knocks her out. And the social justice warriors were like, "We got to take that out the game. How dare you be able to punch a woman suffrage, blah, blah, blah." Again, this is feeding the trolls. The trolls are like, "Oh, the memes, the NPCs are fighting back." The guy that made that video of punching the woman, He went back to the game. He punched her. He picked her up. He fed her to like alligator or something, and then he dragged her behind her horse and got her run over by a train. Like he was like abusing her. And they were like sending letters to the company saying you need to make it so that way when they attack this woman, she doesn't get hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like she's impossible to kill, basically. And they were like the NPCs are fighting back.
Speaking of men hitting women, Jim Acosta.
Yeah.
Did you see the clip
Of Trump? Oh yes. I love.
So supposedly
listen.
he's gonna get suspended.
Whether you love Trump or hate Trump, he's very interesting to watch.
Yo, when he walked away from the podium, I was like, yo, my man's about to throw down. What is going on? No, but supposedly he's supposed to get some type of supposedly he's gonna get suspended for hitting a White House intern. That was barely a hit, bro.
Yeah, you know the NPC is gonna go off. Well, let me see. Do you have a clip there so we can see it?
I don't. I could look for it, but what I'm saying is that like, I can't understand. So first of all, she tried to grab it from him.
The mic.
Yeah. Like she was like, "Give me this, son." It was not a pretty picture.
Just Google it, bro. It'll pop up. It'll be like the first thing.
She hold on. She goes, yeah, I'll send it to it right here. I don't think. First of all, I don't think he'll get suspended for it.
Jim Acosta doesn't care. I bet you, he's gonna use this as a badge of honor.
What do you mean?
He's gonna be like, yes, I got the president picked on me. Look at me, I'm a big man. That's what they do.
Probably.
They love being victims. It's like it's a badge of honor.
Yeah.
Being a victim is a badge of honor for them.
Where is it?
That's not it. You just send it to me? I got it right here, bro.
I sent it to you?
It's on the basement, no.
Jim Acosta.
Jesus Christ.
So, how long is this?
Right there. Doctored by far. Oh my god, I can't watch this. Just forget it. Just forget it. It's already on a freaking conspiracy theory trail. And it happened an hour ago. Or it was edited an hour ago.
It was edited, so they probably put a whole bunch of...
They said that somebody made it look like he did that. Like it's a fake video. Became White House, placing his hands. Let's see him do it.
We got a commercial coming, ladies and gentlemen.
You gotta pause it before you play the video.
Oh, we can never get it right. Shout out to my cousin. You know, it's funny. There's so many that are liberals, Democrats in my family. They probably have no idea which one I'm talking about. If they were to listen to the show, which they definitely don't.
It's like that Spider-Man thing where they're all pointing at each other. So while we're waiting, let's just watch this.
It's about to start. My water tastes like crap. I don't know why. So what is it doing?
Invasion. Honestly, that's enough. Ask one of the other folks. That's enough. Pardon me, ma'am. Mr. President, that's enough. Mr. President, I had one other question, if I may ask, on the other folks. That's enough.
Was that somebody described it as a karate chop? Did he karate chop her?
Oh, he pushed the arm down. You saw that? I think he kind of like.
Let's go back.
Look. Boom. You know what it is? Her arm was straight, and he pushed her down. He pushed it down.
That's enough. That's enough.
It looks.
Mr. President, that's enough. Mr. President, I had one other question, if I may ask, on the Russia investigation.
He broke her strength. He just chopped it so she collapsed.
She's collapsed.
He must have took like jujitsu or something. So when she grabbed it, he immediately like chopped her with an elbow and it
Those UFC guys better take some notes right now, son. I'm astonished at just how much craziness.
Oh yeah.
Craziness that we live in.
Damn. So now, since we're going on this rabbit trail, I'm just gonna keep going.
You're gonna keep going with this one?
Yeah, we'll come back to all that stuff later. But speaking of Trump, he fired. He asked Jeff Sessions to resign.
Jeff Sessions.
Jeff Sessions was in charge of the Russia investigation, and of course, Democrats took over. So he immediately was like, "Well, I'm gonna make it hard for them then." So I'm firing the guy that's in charge, and I'm gonna put whoever else in. So that sparked conspiracy theory outrage across the world. So much so that there's a protest around the United States today. Did you know about that?
No. Wait, maybe.
Around the entire country, there's a protest. Yeah. Let's see if I can send this to you. Let's see if.
So while he's doing that, we're preparing for all the complaints of who wins the election because of the Libertarian vote.
Oh yeah, the Libertarian vote didn't even do anything.
Nothing.
Boom. I sent it. It should be up there.
Let's see.
Boom, right there. You see it? Boom. Damn, my phone is so much superior.
You what?
Look, mass protests are planned across the U.S.
Oh, for the
resist.
Oh gosh.
Does this? Wait, does this work here?
The keyboard?
Yeah.
I don't know, bro.
Is it off?
Don't know. I have not touched that thing at all. You could just change the channel to see if it's off.
I don't know if it's on, bro.
It is. That probably means it's dead.
That's dead. All right.
Wait, change the channel to 2.
No, the lights would have went on, right?
Yeah, I would have.
No, it's dead.
What do you want to try and look up?
I don't know, just NPC meme.
Yeah. So, while he's doing that, SpaceX builds a small version of its BFR spaceship, and it looks kind of cool.
This is the NPC memes right here. See, they all look the same.
Yeah.
Nobody has their own voice. Everybody's saying. So, that's the NPC meme right there. So that's what's happening right now. When I see this, wait, where'd it go? This one, mass protest plan for you. And I look at this background. All I see is the same things I see every time. Just the same stuff. Look, all these areas are gonna be protests in the United States.
We should try to get out there.
You don't work.
When is it? When is that happening?
Today, nigga.
Why work
Today, like 5.
These people don't have jobs?
Bro, they're liberals. They don't have jobs, bro. Notice how the center of the country is very, like, rare. Because they all got to go to work. I was reading something that said damn. Like, he's saying this is the way it's going to go, the election. The liberals are going to take a lead. And then when the conservatives get out of work, they're going to vote. And it's going to take the lead back. So they're going to take an early lead. And then when the conservatives get out of work, they're going to vote, and it's going to bring it right back.
It's going to bring it right back. All right. So, there was somebody in Facebook. This girl wrote, it's 2018, and you still have an Android? Grow up.
Yeah, I know.
So I responded to it. I was like...
You responded to
I did. I never do. I never get involved in the trenches like that. But it had to do with Android. I was like, I have both. And Android is better. Y'all don't even have picture-in-picture. I'm pretty sure she probably wouldn't even understand what picture-in-picture is.
She was like, who the hell uses that crap?
Who is this guy? But in Android news, just to further the agenda of Android being better, Google, Android would soon let you update its apps while you're still using them.
Yeah, you know what's funny? When I can't think of another thing that's like Android. Because I think of Android like this. Android is... Alright, this is like old history. Do you know when they were inventing the space shuttle that they had like test rockets?
Sure.
They had like the X-24 or whatever, and then it would freaking fly a little bit, then crash, and they're like, all right, we gotta do it again. Back to the drawing board. I feel like that's Android, but then when it finally gets into space, that's Apple. I feel like Android does everything to test, and then whatever succeeds, they put into Apple.
That's a very thought out analogy. I made if I may comment so boldly.
Look, there's one in what? Look where it's at. First of all, nobody lives over here. Get out of here with this protest.
That's the beach.
Who lives here, yo? Nobody lives there. Get out of here with that. There's one in Manhattan. Look, right there in the middle.
That's like Union Square.
Yeah. Oh, that's even Times Square?
Might be. Yeah.
Let's see what the
It's a horrible place to do it.
Rockefeller.
Yep.
Times Square.
Definitely Times Square. I feel like there's too many people there already. Maybe that'll be that's actually a strategic move because then
I want people to look at them.
Yeah, there'll be more people.
Orange man
like
bad.
Orange man bad.
Yeah, that's what they're gonna say.
Oh
my God, I wish I could go. What time does it say?
Click on it. Here we go.
What time? Come on, when? 8 to 5. What the heck? Niggas are really at work.
They're not working.
What are you doing, yo?
These are people who
and they're leaving before people come out of work. They're like, all right, they out of work. Let's get out of here.
Let's go with them.
Yo, these people are wilding, yo.
They're right there. They just go to the happy hour.
They are bugging, yo. Yo, I've never seen anything like that. Why would you even bother? Make it on a weekend so people can go.
No, weekends are for emotions.
If we were to go, I would make a sign that says "Orange Man Bad," and that's it.
I would not walk with you.
And I would just hold it. Oh, damn it. Type in Orange Man Bad. It's okay. Nobody cares. Right there. Go to images. Ooh, so good. It's one of the best ones. No, they don't have any freaking memes. See, I would draw something like that. Just Orange Man Bad and just walk around. And people would abuse me. People would scream at me, yell at me, call me racist or something. I gotta get a tissue.
What just happened right now?
I saw the way you spelled it and made me laugh.
Yo. Oh my gosh, you can't make this thing up. You should make a shirt like this now that you have the print shop. You should make a shirt like this.
I should.
Close the door. Did it go up your nose?
It came out of my nose, nigga. Because I was like, orange.
Put those 2 batteries in.
Offer it.
Yo, close the door, man.
You God, I feel good.
You are wilding out, son.
Yeah, Orange Man is bad. That's their battle cry, bro. Okay, Orange Man bad. Protest today. What else we got going on here?
You seen Venom?
I did not see Venom. I want to see it. Just haven't seen it yet.
It's good, bro.
Yeah?
It's good.
There we go. I'm back in business, baby. All right, so let's talk about New York. Oh, wait. Hold on. Before we finish with the election stuff. There is a woman that was running for election in Georgia. Her name is Stacey Abrams. Let's look it up. Is it with a T? Abrams. It should pop up soon. Bam. We don't need to. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's look at the polls. Why not? While we're here. All right, Stacey Abrams. Check it out. First African American woman to win. I mean, if she would have won, she would have been the first African American governor in Georgia. She almost won. She was so close to winning. Let's look up results. Right there. So she almost won. She was so close, right? But instead, the white man won in Georgia. And of course, this is the funny thing about these the liberal social justice stuff, right? The black woman ran against the white man, and the black woman lost, so it's the white man's bad, right?
And it's red.
Now there was other races in America, and I should have wrote them down. That there was black man versus white man, and the white man won, but the white man's a liberal, so it's okay. the black man was a Republican, so he's not supposed to win. Right? So it's funny how the racism only goes so far until it gets until it leaves your tribe. Once you pass that tribe, it's like
you said it, and we've been saying the word tribe for a hot minute on this show.
Your blackness doesn't matter if you're in the other tribe.
Yeah, and your tribe doesn't necessarily have to be about a culture, color. It's your tribe, and you're gonna stick to it, and stick to it so much that you're not, you're gonna stay in that box forever because you're not willing to venture on the other side, to think outside the box per se.
Ted Mendez, damn it! We have a libertarian on the docket. Boom, 0.9%, almost a full percent.
It's like it's like they don't even exist, the libertarians.
Nah, see, but look, that vote would have went to her. She would have won.
If that vote
would have went to her, she would have got the 50% plus.
Got 50. No.
Whoa.
Uh-oh. You know what time it is, ladies and gentlemen.
Bro, what the hell? Is that coming from over there too? You connected to your speaker? Jeez. All right, help me with math here. I'm horrible at math.
I feel like I gotta replay your reaction to that.
Oh no, she wouldn't have won. Even with that.
No, she wouldn't have won.
No, she wouldn't have won. But still.
It would have been 49.6.
Yeah.
If she would have gotten the libertarians' vote.
Yeah. Sucks, man. Libertarians stand up. Jeez. All right, so she would have won. Now,
they can't stand it. They don't have legs. They just don't exist.
They don't exist, no.
They don't exist.
So, right, a black woman is going to win the governorship. Great. Go for it. But I don't really care. I care less about race. I care more about ideas. And she wanted to take away guns from people by force, she was saying. She was like, if we could do a buyback program, we could do this, we could do this, but we're getting those guns. And she got almost half the vote, bro, with that.
That's pretty scary.
That's terrifying. Imagine somebody saying, yeah, you have a right to bear arms, but not around me. I'll be like, okay, then you're the one that needs to go.
Word.
It's insane, bro. It's the people in this country are out of control. They don't understand. Sure, we can say I like her because of X, Y, and Z, but once you cross the line where you say you're gonna go against our, you're gonna try to take away one of our freedoms, at that point it's like, all right, you're done. We'll find somebody else with the same ideas, but you're not it. You know what I'm saying? You're not it because Hitler did that. Stalin did that. Took away the weapons of the people to make it easier to take over. Mao done that in China. He took away the weapons of the people first. And then speaking of libertarians, we have the race in New York, the governorship.
Oh, please.
Of course, the God King, Andrew Cuomo won. There's no way he was going to lose. So, and then Mark Molinaro, I have no idea who this guy is. He's a Republican candidate. This is the thing. We came in So the Democrats got first, Republicans second. The Green Party really came in third. Liberals came in freaking fourth.
Libertarians?
Yeah. I expect the Libertarians to come in second.
You wildin', son.
I was wildin'.
You're in a party all your own. Hold on, I gotta get some more. Okay, keep talking.
And then the Independent came in fifth, which again, who the hell is Harry? Howie Hawkins? What the heck? Come on, New York. I need you guys to really pay attention to what's going on with these parties, yo. Democrats are killing New York, killing us. Yeah, New York. This is the thing. You guys think about minimum wage. Minimum wage is going to be at $15 an hour in New York City. Imagine you want to open a business. You think you're going to pay somebody $15 an hour to work for you? You think that's going to be easy? There's people that have businesses that get paid less than their workers because of this. And they own the business. They're taking all the risk. I don't know. It's just out of control. This whole voting thing is out of control. People are voting NPC. They're just going with their tribe. Who's the guy in my tribe? I don't know his name. I never heard of him. I'm voting for him.
Do you have a guy in your tribe? Yes, you do.
I have my guy.
What's his name?
Larold. Larold Sharpness.
Sharpness. I like that. Gives him an edge.
I like him, man. Damn. You know what? Just let me say this. I didn't know who I was going to vote for. I was looking at all the candidates, and then when I heard Larry Sharp, I was like, that's the guy. And then just the fact that he was libertarian was just icing on the cake. When I heard him on Dave Rubin, I was like, oh, he's pretty good. Interesting guy. When I heard him on Joe Rogan, when I was like, whoa, this guy's really on it. And it was a little frustrating listening to that because Joe Rogan didn't comprehend some of the things he was saying. You know what I'm saying? When they were talking about education. Because Joe Rogan was like, I think because Joe Rogan thinks he thinks the way other people think. Where it's like, what are you going to do with the schools? He's like, well, we're going to make them independent. So they all think for themselves because different areas have to focus on different things, right? Some areas, you don't need to focus so much on, whatever, math. Because all those kids are doing phenomenal in math. So you got to take less effort away from math because they're doing so good in math. Let's put it in sciences because they're suffering in science over here. Right? In this area over here, they might need whatever program.
Build
right?
their weaknesses.
Right? You play off their weaknesses. But if you rule from the top, you're going to dictate what to teach. You're not helping that. So you have to let them rule from the bottom. Let the schools figure out what they need, what's best. And then Joe Rogan's
yeah, but if they did that, let's look at public housing here.
Yeah. That's beautiful that you said that. I love that. That's the best thing you said.
Go ahead. Keep going with it.
The problem with that is that public housing is government run. Okay? Public schools are government run. The way government does things is think about public housing, think about jails, think about courts. When you walk into the building, they're old ass dirty buildings. All of them. You know what I'm saying? When you go to a private school, it looks legit. It's clean. Everybody knows even the janitor's name, right? So what he's saying is, let's let them be more independent. Each school. We're going to give them independence. Let them figure that out. And Joe Rogan's like, yeah, but what are you going to do about this? What's your plan? He's like, I don't know the plan. They're going to figure out the plan. You know what I'm saying? He's like, oh, yeah, but, you're telling me you're going to let the kids suffer, basically. He's like, no, I'm just telling you that I'm going to give them the freedom to do whatever they want. So, Joe Rogan's still on the thought process of government-run stuff.
But the thing is that I don't think most people realize that the government literally says, okay, we got X amount of funds for schools, right? Yeah. Here it is. And there are people who are in charge of running these schools, so we're not going to instruct you on how to do it. Just here's the money to get it done. And those people are saying there's no accountability?
Yeah, that's the issue.
Just you mean I can make this up, or I can pretend I make it up?
Yeah. So that's the issue. So you need some sort of oversight. That's why I wouldn't get rid of the Department of Education altogether. I would definitely dramatically shut it, lower it down, almost like just a overseeing body, right?
That's why I voted yes for the idea of in New York State the three proposals. The one where it would have the communities go in and work with local officials, work with the mayor on certain projects or certain like if there's renovations done, if there's major
get rid of the government.
Yeah, so I voted yes for that. The accountability has to be on those community boards. I think that if the government is giving money for schools and budgeting for schools, then it should then say you guys are responsible for fixing the issues, making the schools better. We're not going to hold you accountable. We're not going to be micromanaging you, but the community boards are. They're going to expect a report. They're going to want analysis. They're going to want results. They want to see projections. But the thing is, yeah, we never recorded the screen. Shut up. Shut up. I could have sworn I hit that button, bro. I could have sworn I hit that button.
It's all good.
It's all good. But like I said, so I think it would be the community boards that they should, within the community, vote who's the president, who's the chairman, and they should go in and get monthly reports, weekly reports as to what's going on with the schools. Same thing with housing. Another epic fail. Yeah. The housing. There's so many. My cousin, who lives in the projects, she had to call, complain, write. She even had to call 311 a few times to turn off the heat.
You know what it is? Because they don't have enough people working for them to do that. Think about it. The people that live in public housing don't pay a lot of money. It's government run. They don't have enough money to pay somebody to shut off the heat. They're like, well, there's a guy that does it. He does it to 25 different buildings. So you have to wait your turn for your building. Because we have 25 buildings that they only pay, whatever, $10 a month. You know what I'm saying? So we can only afford the one guy.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with public housing. All right. People say, I'm speaking to you liberals out there. Liberals, pay attention. You say, let's be more like Sweden. They always say that. Let's be more like Sweden. Okay, let's be more like Sweden. I agree with that when it comes to the education system for sure.
Right.
And I'm going to tell you why. First of all, Sweden is not a socialist country. They tried that in the 1970s, 1960s, 1970s. It was the worst economy they ever had, the point that they had to change everything to get rid of the socialism. Okay, so when people say Sweden is socialist, that's 100% wrong. Somebody that lives in Sweden did a documentary saying if you want real socialism, go to Venezuela. Okay? Which people have been saying for a long time. If you want real socialism, go to Venezuela. Because they're eating dogs out there. You know what I'm saying? That's what you want. But, I digress. Let's go back to Sweden, education system. The way Sweden does their education system is that they say each kid is going to have a voucher. Across the board. Every kid gets a voucher that the government gives X amount of dollars for you to attend whatever school you want. While you're in the school every year, the school gets the money from you being in that school. So what happens is you make you take the public schools and you give them to the private sector. And you say, hey, look, you said you wanted to open a school. Are you willing to run the school? Are you willing to make all this, whatever, the lesson plans and all that, the curriculum? You're going to hire a teacher. You're in charge of everything. You're basically running your own school. People say, yeah, we'll give you the building. You run that school yourself. Every kid that goes and registers in your school will give you a voucher for that student. So let's just make a number up in the air. $100 a kid for the year. You got 20 kids in there. That's how much is that? That's $2,000, right? I mean, obviously it's not $100 a year. It's way more than that. But let's just imagine. Those kids come back home. Their parents love it. They're like, this school's so good. Look how good my kid is doing. It's such a clean school. Other parents hear about it. They're like, man, I want my kid to go to that school. They put more kids in the school. The school gets more funding. Because why? Not because the government's just giving it to them, but because people are choosing that school. So the money follows the students into that school. Let's just imagine the school now is overflowing. And now we have to move to a lottery system. Right? Because that's what happens over here in New York. The schools that are so good needs to go to a lottery system for kids to join it. So the government goes, hey, look, you're doing such a good job with that school. We have another school here that's struggling. We'll give you charge of that school to do the same exact thing over there. And they keep doing it over and over and over again until the education system is great. Sweden has one of the best education systems in the world because half of it is run by private sector and the other half is run by government. Half. And the government's all but willing to just give up every school to private because they're like, they do it better than us. Why would we, as a government, be in charge of school when that's not our primary function? When you have other people that this is their life and they dedicate their life to being teachers and to being principals and to helping out kids, let's give them the authority over the schools, right? All right. That sounds good. It's working in Sweden. It sounds beautiful. America, we tried that, and it was called racist, right? Donald Trump put a woman in the education, in charge of the Board of Education, and she wanted to do that. She wanted to do a voucher system, saying whatever school that you choose your kid to go to, the government would put money towards there. If it's a bad school and you don't want to send your kids there, they're going to be defunded eventually and they're going to be shut down. Because we want bad schools out and we want the good schools to prosper, right? Because parents are going to pull their kids out the bad school and put them in the good school.
That's how you would identify which ones are bad, by the parents pulling them out?
Yeah. Because think about it. I don't want my kid going to I didn't send my son to a bad school. I found out what school my son was going to go to and I fought like freaking crazy to get him to other school. And I got him in. And this school over here, my son, when he gets off the ferry, he's like, he takes the bus with those kids. He goes, those kids out of control. They're just making noise, throwing things on the bus, cursing each other out. I'm like, they got my son in that damn school.
Do you seen that video of the teacher attacking the kid?
How? Where the kid throws the basketball at the kid? The kid throws the basketball at the teacher and is like yelling in his face and the teacher just punches him?
I didn't see the basketball part, but I saw the punching part. Teacher went off.
Yeah, the teacher went off. That's the problem, You get put in a room with these bad kids. Look, sometimes it's the kids' problem. It's the kids are the problem. I mean, look, most of the time it's the kids. I've been to school, man. Come on, man. Most of the time it's the kids. The teachers.
How emotionally stable were you as a kid?
Yeah. So I mean, but what it comes down to is the parents. You know what I'm saying? You gotta discipline your kid. You gotta do something. Don't be afraid to smack your kid up once in a while. You know what I'm saying? If you put your authority on him when he's younger, when he gets older, he won't be a problem.
You can't do that, bro.
My son is like 6 feet. He's way taller than me. He's scared of me. You know what I'm saying? He's bigger than me. As soon as I start yelling at him, he immediately cowers. Like, no.
8-year-old, I think, not the first time. Gets his PlayStation taken away from his mother. His mother takes away his PlayStation. So he turns around and takes away her car and drives off.
Oh, I love it.
70 to 90 miles per hour.
That's crazy, yo.
He's in
He
juvenile.
could have killed himself.
Could've
He could have
killed
killed people. Jesus Christ.
Went off.
I took away my son's PlayStation.
Yeah?
Yeah. When he's punished, he comes home. He does whatever homework he needs to do. He sits in the living room. No more chilling at your bedroom, play with your toys or whatever. I took away his PlayStation. Every time he comes home, he gives me a cell phone, and that's it. Just his living room. You gotta read. Every time we read with the little ones, I make him read a book too. Before it was just like, oh, go read something. Go in your room, go read.
Now I see that you're not
now
doing it.
Now you gotta sit here with me and read.
Yikes. Yikes.
But people, the kids curse him out. They just like nothing about it. Oh my god, my son was to curse me out.
12 dead, including gunmen.
Oh yeah.
In the California bar shooting that just happened a few hours ago.
Did they say why his motive was at all?
No, they haven't released a name either.
They said that he was dressed all in black and he had a beard. So immediately people were like, terrorist. Terrorists win.
Witnesses inside of the club told local news outlets that patrons use chairs to break windows and hide in the club's attic in between rounds of gunfire.
Lord.
Several witnesses told TV stations that a tall man clad all in black with a hood and his face partially covered first shot at bouncer working the door, then opened fire seemingly at random at the people inside.
Yo, so I was telling you before about the Citizens app. I'm trying to find it out so I can read it to you, bro. The people totally went off topic and started talking about gangs in New York and he's a Crip and F Bloods. That's what it turned into. Yo, this app is so funny.
Well, they must have been from New York. Those.
Oh yeah, immediately. Yo, shout out to my New York niggas out there. And then they started responding back like, yo, I gotta wake up in 2 hours for work. Like, yo. Damn, but I don't know. I gotta like search it up on that area. So funny. Yo, you know what's crazy? Like I'm flipping through this, yo, and it's just local area, and it's just guy got shot, guy got robbed, fire over here, fire over there, guy got robbed outside the bank, another basement fire. There's a shot on the second floor. Yo, for a city that freaking has so much gun control, there's so much shooting. Right? Jeez, maybe your gun control's not working.
Gun control?
That doesn't work. It's a proven fact. Nobody just wants to admit to it. The highest areas with the worst crime rates, gun violence, is in gun control areas. You know what that means? That means that the criminals know that nobody has guns there, so they go there.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to. Imagine if they say, okay, look, we're going to give you, $1 billion. $1 billion. You got to fight somebody for it, though. Okay? You get to choose who you want to fight. All right? I'm going to send you to this maximum security prison so you can choose somebody to fight. Or I'm going to send you to this preschool. You could pick anybody you want to fight. Doesn't matter what the age are. I'll send you to the preschool or the maximum security prison so you can choose somebody to fight. Which one are you going to choose? What are you going to choose?
Obviously,
you're going to choose preschool. I'll pick the smallest kid. I'm just going to kick him as hard as I can. I'm going to get that $1 billion.
I'm stronger than them.
Knock him out. No problem. That kid's going to fly. So that's the way the people, the criminals think. It's safe over here. I'm the only one here with a gun. You think the criminals are going to be like, yo, there's no guns allowed here, guys. Stop it. You think the criminals are going to be like that? Think about it. Drugs are illegal. And everybody has drugs. You know what I'm saying? So dumb.
So
it's just virtue signaling.
Juvenile court judge Glenn Devlin asked 7 kids in his courtroom if they plan to kill someone before releasing them. This Texas judge releases juvenile defendants after losing the election.
Good. Good. No, that's what they. He's a judge. Technically, he can do whatever he wants. But
technically,
he can do whatever he wants.
I mean, if I lost, I'm just gonna wild out. Last day, right?
I think he was just like, you know what? This is what they want. That's what they're fighting for. They're fighting to release these kids that are problems. So we're gonna let them loose. We're gonna start the process now. I bet you if it was a Democratic judge doing that, they'd be like, oh my God, I gave those kids a second chance.
Well, I mean,
Well, I don't even know if he was a Republican.
I know. I was like, how do you know where he stands?
The only reason why I say I kind of know where he stands is because if he was a Republican, he would have locked them up.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. We don't want what? You break the law, you pay the price. Right? That's why we have the laws. If you want to change the law, that's another subject. But as of right now, it's against the law.
So Devlin and the county's 2 other judges, all Republicans.
Yes. I didn't even have to. Just by you reading me the title, I already knew what was going on.
Were outside from their seats in favor of Democrats on Tuesday by at least 10-point spreads.
Wow, that's a big.
In all, Democrats swept 59 local Texas courts.
Yo, Texas is
So what happens? Right.
People from California apparently are like making a mass exit. I knew this for a few years.
Why is Pennsylvania is known as a red state?
Pennsylvania switches back and forth a lot.
Why?
But just because
I feel like a lot of minorities are moving there.
Yeah,
a bunch of people from New York.
That's what I'm saying. They're getting a lot
there.
of. They have like a city area, but they also have a lot of rural area, so it goes back and forth a lot.
Yeah, but I felt like traditionally Pennsylvania was majority red.
Yeah, I think it goes back. I think every year it's like if you look it up, I think it goes back and forth a lot. Pennsylvania, not California, Florida. There's like these few states that go back and forth constantly.
Oh, yeah, let's look at that.
There should be a way to go through like years of it. Election history. There you go. Hopefully, there's something that you can just like click a button and it goes back every year.
That would have been cool. Like in images?
Yeah. Sometimes CNN has stuff like that.
What is that?
Those are different states. Oregon, Minneapolis.
I mean, look at this. Look at that map.
No, but with that they win. But blue wins like that. That's the problem, yo.
Yeah. With that, blue wins because they have all of this. This is where the mass majority of people
That's the problem, and also that's good because otherwise it would always be the majority wins. And we can't have that. As much as sweet as it sounds, if you got 100 people and 51% to vote this way and 49% the other way, I mean that's more even, I guess. But if you have like 70-30, right? That means that 30% are just gonna get ran over every time. Every time they have no vote, there's just nothing. You know what I'm saying? 51-49, 49% of the people populated run over nothing. But they do it by territory. So this is a popular area, so we can't count all your votes. Because it's just way too many people there. You know what I'm saying? You would constantly just overrun the whole entire state. So we got to make it as even as possible.
All right. So
that's why we have the college.
That's why we have the electoral college. Yeah. So who do you think is on the map for the Democratic Party for 2020?
For 2020? I don't know.
I can't think of a name.
You know Ocasio won, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy, yo. She has no idea what she's doing.
She's loving it.
Yeah, she's loving it. Loving it. Okay, so go back to that black lady that ran in Georgia, Stacey Abrams.
Yeah.
Great, a black woman empowered. She should definitely fight for it. And hopefully
she lost, right?
She lost by like barely. Because of her ideas, I would not vote for her. Even though I would love to see a black woman be the first one in Georgia. You know what I'm saying? I would love for that. But for her ideas, I wouldn't vote for her. I'm Puerto Rican. Ocasio-Cortez is Puerto Rican. Her ideas are enough that I'm like, I don't want to vote for her. I don't care if she's Puerto Rican. Your ideas are bad. I don't got no problem not voting for you because I don't have to vote for you because we're the same race. You know what I'm saying? If your ideas are bad, you can't even defend yourself in an argument. Think about that. You're gonna dictate law and you have no idea what the law is. That's crazy, yo.
The only time I would have that kind of mentality, it was when it comes to sports. I would only, go for the Giants or the Yankees because I'm a New Yorker.
Yeah.
That's the only way I would use that kind of mindset logic.
You know what's funny though? But if you think about it, let's say you're in a company, right? To work within the company, let's say you work within the IT department. You got to know some IT stuff, right? If you want to be a manager, you should probably know how to manage and whatever. But if you're the CEO, you don't need to know IT. You don't need to know how to manage. You just need to know what a CEO needs. You know how to run the company, make your deals, manage money. Like there's only a thin thing that you need to know, right?
Right.
You know how to have a team that can run everything.
You know how to manage people.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you could say you manage people. That's all we really need to know. You don't need to know all that stuff.
No.
Right? And I kind of think about that with presidents as well. It's almost like if you're going to be the governor, mayor, you got to know a lot. To be the president, there's not much you need to know because, first of all, there's no other job like this. So it's not like you can prepare yourself, really.
Right? Is there a training course?
That's what I'm saying. There's no way. Like, you're going to get in there and whoever goes in there immediately doesn't know what's going on. They're going to learn as they go, right? I think the same thing with every president. After 2 years, the only one that I think that heads up was Bush. Because his dad was it. And he probably visited the White House so much.
Supposedly they still get secret reports.
That's dope.
Like after?
Yeah.
Like after they did
I want my secret reports. I want mine. Oh, that means Trump's going to get it. Oh, it's going to be so good. Whatever president is next, they're going to say something. You're like, that's not true. I got the report.
I just got the report.
I'm going to tweet the report out.
This guy's a moron.
So
you think he's dividing people with his rhetoric? Obviously.
I think the division...
Jim Acosta's last question was... no, not Jim Acosta. It was the other guy who was like... he quoted him saying, we need to get on the Democrats and... I don't remember the exact wording, but... What do you think of that?
I think that's
dividing the parties?
I think that there's no innocent parties in this. I think both sides are just fighting each other. Instead of... Okay, so the don't get me wrong. Republicans, they talk strong, right? Because they're no crap. They cut the crap. Let's get straight to the business here. But the Democrats is sort of the same way because they're... It's funny how you can be... I want to protect these people. I'm a social justice warrior. But we need to kill you because you're a Nazi. But we got to protect these people, right? It's almost like you're... Are you for protecting people or are you for killing people?
It's almost like you're on the offensive.
Yeah.
But
so it's like, imagine how we feel. You know what I'm saying? You're calling us Nazis. You're trying to kill us. So we got to fight back. We can't just let that happen. You know what I'm saying? So you got to think about both sides, how they fight with each other all the time. So it's not really like one side is the problem. And the other side's like, oh, look, he's a problem. They're both the problem, right?
Let's talk about the tactics of the left.
Yeah.
When they're attacking. You're saying that...
No platforming. Immediately, calling each other names. They call for violence all the time. We've seen that with freaking Maxine Waters saying we got to get them where they are. This guy, I forget this guy's name. He said, when they go low, we got to kick them. You know what I'm saying? Like, telling people like, look, fight back, fight back, fight back. They're both to blame. I mean, people always point out Trump saying when he was at the Trump rally, he goes, if somebody punches that guy in the face, I'll pay for your thing. To me, that's something different. It's violence for sure, but it's not political violence. It's like we're at a rally. Let's imagine you're in church and somebody walls out. We'd be like, yo, we got to get that guy out of here. Get him now. Get him out of here. He's wilding out. Get him out of here. It's kind of like that, but he obviously it's not church. It's not. It's another event. So he's trying to show off. So he's like, if anybody kicks that guy's ass, I'll pay for your attorney bills, whatever, your lawyer fees, whatever. If I was in the audience, I'd be like, I'll take that offer. Pay for my bills.
Any day.
I'll just give him mad random bills. He's like, but I said lawyer bills. Why is your rent on this? It's like, lawyer came to my house, bro.
You think Trump has another term?
Man, I think so.
I think so too.
I think so. I don't think he wants it though.
Really?
I don't think he's gonna want it. I think
that's weird for you to say that. I think he does want it.
I don't think he's gonna want it.
Why?
I think after all the BS he went through, I think he's like, I'm good. We'll see. He might pass it on to somebody else. If I was him, I'll just take a step back quietly. I just be like, hey guys, I had a good run. Manga, manga, manga. taking a step back.
That's obviously an incorrect analogy because he's rallying out there like crazy.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, he's already doing it. I'm just saying, I think he's doing it because he's still in it right now. So he has to do it to keep the base, his people riled up. You know what I'm saying?
Like Obama's doing.
Yeah, basically. Just keep him up. And I think at the end, he's going to be like, you know what? I had a good run. I'm done. I hope he does. Honestly, I hope he just gets out. Even though he's interesting to watch, I hope he kind of steps back. And I hope when he does step back, he doesn't endorse anybody. He's just like, I'm leaving and that's it. Whatever Republican's running, I don't know. I'm not talking to this guy. I don't know.
So, all right, so you think there's another Republican or a Democrat in the House?
After he leaves? I don't know. It depends who runs for what. If Donald Trump runs against a Republican, I mean, unless Michelle Obama runs or freaking Oprah, he's going to win. Who else is out there? Kamala Harris? What's the guy's name? Cory Booker? Oh my God, these guys are jokes. They're not even real people. They're NPCs. They don't even have real thoughts. You know what I'm saying?
Chelsea Clinton.
I'd vote for her. Let's go, Chelsea.
2020, baby. Here we go. It's going to be another media storm.
No, but you know what? Because Bill Clinton was a good president. You know what I'm saying? He was a Democrat. He was a good president. But we don't have those blue dog Democrats that run the country like fiscal Republicans, but social Democrats. Meaning like, I'll run the country the way the Republicans want to run it financially.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying, in the world of socialism, social world, I'll run it like a Democrat. And it's just like, I think that's the best of both worlds. Like, all right, we'll agree on that. Libertarians will vote for him. You know what I'm saying? Because we just want the world to be run in an efficient way. That's what we really care about. Everybody gets their freedom, and we want efficiency. That's it. Goodbye. Whatever else is extra is extra. If you want, as long as we all have our freedoms, you do whatever the hell you want with your life. You could walk around naked in your front yard. I really don't care. Do whatever you want. There's a quote. A libertarian says, "I want a world where my gay neighbors can protect their marijuana field with their AR-15s."
Jesus.
Right? That's the world I want to live in. That my gay married neighbors, can protect their marijuana fields with the AR-15s. It's freedom all around. Everybody gets it.
Yandre.
Because then it means I can have my AR-15. That's what I want. I'll build it my damn self. Imagine
downloaded those blueprints. Bro.
Imagine mad people walking around with AR-15s around their shoulders. Just like,
what up?
And you know what's funny? People say that's crazy. That's how they do it in Texas. Everybody walks around with a pistol, and nobody thinks anything about it. In Arizona, everybody got a gun. They just walk around with it like nothing.
Yeah, I can't imagine it being a thing. Right? It wouldn't be a thing because it would just be something normal.
Yeah, it'd just be like a cell phone.
Your belt.
Yeah. Would be nothing about it. But the only thing that would change is when somebody robs a place, he's finished. If somebody goes to rob a place and everybody that got a gun, you might as well. You know what? Crime rate would drop dramatically for sure.
Damn.
There'd be a jump of murders and deaths for like the first year or two.
Yeah, just so everyone gets to use, to holding it.
Yeah, exactly.
To carry it.
So like in the projects, there'd be like freaking mass chaos for like a few years, and then it'll just die down.
10 accidental shots. Gunman trying to holster his gun.
Yeah, basically. That'd be like they extended it. But I mean, it's just like driving a car. When you first drive your car, you're a little nervous. You're merging lanes.
Braking kind of hard.
But then once you drive your car, you're like freaking texting people while you're freaking driving.
Eating.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. People will go to be like...
It's a skill to eat and drive, bro.
Yeah.
It's a skill. That's a skill right there. And you guys know who you are.
I'm a drive eater.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm a drive eater too. But I don't do it as much, but I do go in. And you ever get that stare?
From people next to you?
You know they're staring?
Why is it that when I'm next to a cop, I get so scared when I'm eating? I get nervous. I'm like, I'm not supposed to eat? Am I not? I don't know if that's a law or not. Is it the law? I don't even know.
Sir, it's distracted driving.
That's what I was thinking, right? Every time I get by a cop, I hold the food down. I'm like, am I not supposed to do this? I don't know. I don't
Making you look even more guilty, like you got something illegal in your hand.
The other day I was driving, I had my wallet in my hand, and a cop parked next to me and had the wallet in my hand because I was looking for something, and I immediately got nervous. I was like, I'm going to get shot.
You're going to get shot.
I'm going to get shot for nothing, for a wallet. Jesus Christ.
Every time I get pulled over, I have the same ritual, same routine, doesn't change. I lower all the windows, put it on park, put both my hands out.
Yo, even with that, bro. Even with that, I'm afraid that they're gonna just shoot me in the back windshield and be like, he had a gun. You know, he's a freaking Puerto Rican with his hat on. Take him down. Puerto Ricans.
You're gonna repent now. That's just crazy. And it doesn't matter if it's a black cop.
I don't know if it's
a Latin cop.
I don't know if it's where we live at or our culture or what, but
I think it's a culture.
And I want to be like nice to the cops. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the other day, I don't know if I said on the podcast. The other day, we're driving, we pulled up, and a cop car pulled up right next to us. The cop, it's a one lane, and the cop pulled up next to us, right? And my heart was like, oh my God, he pulled up next to me. So I'm trying to like look at the cop to see what he's doing, and he's looking at me. And I look back at my son, I was like, oh, say hi to the cop, you know, like be nice. And my son's looking at the cop, and the cop's like, lower your window. Lower it. And I was like, I'm going to get pulled over.
Yeah. I
lower my window, he's like, when the light turns green, stay right there. I need to pull up in front of you. I'm pulling that guy over in front of you. I was like, no problem, buddy. No problem, officer. You go get him. As soon as the light turned green, the guy drove off. The cop pulled up behind and pulled him over. I drove past. I was like, there you go. Say bye to the cop.
Yo, that's crazy. Yeah, so it is November. We have the holidays coming up. Holidays are for kids, bro.
Yeah. It might be a little funny to record the next few days.
What do you mean by funny?
Just because the holidays.
Scheduling and stuff. Yeah, exactly.
We'll try to do it. We'll try to keep a schedule, but.
And we'll try to get some other people we have lined up on the show.
Yeah, definitely.
We're on Patreon?
Yeah, we're on Patreon.
Hit us up.
Hit us up on Patreon.
Please. Anything will do just to pay for some of these things.
Everything, if you go to the YouTube, under the bio is all the links to everything.
Where we are, all the platforms. Where
Instagram,
you can find us.
Twitter, all that stuff. I can't stress Patreon enough. It's what we need to stay alive right now. We're getting to the last few months.
It's really our last few months.
Yeah.
And there's zero budget for renewal.
Yeah.
So you have a new business that came out that you're taking over, sort of. Tell us a little bit about that.
Screen printing t-shirts, pants, jeans, blazers, whatever you want. I print out on anything.
Your information on where to.
I don't have anything up yet. I'm still working on the maintenance of it, putting things together. I got a name that I'm playing with, but I'm not sure if I'm going to use it.
Okay.
So I don't even have a business name yet, honestly.
Wow.
So right now I just got the facility, the equipment. It's just about getting everything ready and getting it started, and hopefully, what's today, Thursday? Hopefully today I get my first order. So
I thought you were coming tomorrow to record. I don't know why. I thought you said Friday.
No, today, baby.
So, we'll have a link, obviously, to the shop.
Once I get the business name up and running, and once I get the name, I'll put, whatever, my stuff on social media, probably just Instagram and YouTube, make videos of the shop, and, check it out.
What up?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so, we haven't been around for a minute. We're back for a limited time, probably. We'll go back heavy on January.
Yeah. I mean, worst case scenario, we can always do
Skype. The Hangout thing.
YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Worst case scenario. If for some reason we can't keep up with the podcast, we can do YouTube from that point forward.
Why wouldn't we? If we're doing YouTube, why wouldn't we have podcasts?
Because you got to pay for the podcasting.
The website. The website would be down.
Basically, yeah. But YouTube is fine. We can still keep doing YouTube stuff.
Damn. That is our deadline. Our deadline is February.
Yeah, February.
If you could help us out, it would be greatly appreciated. This is thebasementny.com. Go to the website. Go to Facebook. Just subscribe and ignore us. And leave us your comments. Let us know what you want to talk about.
That's it.
Peace.